To the soul with RGB Mike. Anthony's here too, let's ride the hype. Bigfoot's on the run, Area 51's tight. Digging deep for truth, we ain't afraid to fight. Flat Earth theories got us spinning wild. JFK secrets hidden in the files. Illuminati whispers, fashion crooked smiles. I won't tune in, sit back and stay a while. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies. CIA plots under moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the light. In the rabbit hole with us, pitch black night. RGB and Mike, guided by our might. Anthony with wisdom, out of sight. Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the skies.
Let's go, and we're back with another episode of Conspiracy Chaos. This ship is sinking real quick, let me tell you. We had some technical difficulties prior, so we're a few minutes late. We apologize for that, but my name is Roger, aka RGB. Joining me, as always, got my co-host. We got Florida Mike in the house. What's up, brother?
What up, my dudes?
Ain't shit, man. As always, Area 51, Anthony. What's up, Ant?
What is going on? My apologies, guys. I had to reset my computer. It was all bogged down. I think they were trying to get into it here at Area 51.
yeah.
I had to keep them out. So, I had to reset all my passwords, and we had a mess. So, sorry for the delay, boys.
Yeah, you had to bring over that S4 scientist to come over and fix that shit.
She did, too. That S4 scientist.
Before you know it, bro, they're going to say you never existed. So,
shit, man. I am so fucked.
So this is a topic we kind of wanted to get into a little bit for some time now. We've always kind of talked about it. There's a lot of crazy conspiracies off of it that people don't know about. And I kind of referenced it a minute ago with the sinking ship reference, but the Titanic. You guys, this one is a funny one because they portray it as the love story with Jack and Rose in the Disney movie or whatever. Right. Guys, ladies clinging to a door and pushes the guy into the water, like, you know, true love story. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, that's right up Disney's alley.
Absolutely.
Someone's got to die.
Someone's always got to die, from Bambi to Pocahontas. Someone's getting whacked. But
yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. It really is. But yeah, man, the Titanic's a crazy one. There's a bunch. I mean, I believe I told you a couple you weren't aware of a few months back when you first started diving into this with the whole Olympus or the Olympic and all that shit.
Yeah, we got into it back with Mikey, man. You really told me about the Titanic when I really first getting into the conspiracy shit, the whole Federal Reserve, how J.P. Morgan was really the head honcho of it all. And
yeah, man, we're gonna dive into
that.
all.
We'll get into that, right?
Yeah, so I'll give it a quick little breakdown. April 15th, 1912, the unsinkable ship sinks. Over 1,500 lives were lost, an iceberg blamed, a tragedy etched into history forever. But what if there's more to the story? What if behind the steel and steam was a swirling sea of lies, money, and mysterious motives? So we're going to dive into the icy depths of the Titanic conspiracies, from the swapping of the ship, like we just mentioned, some secret society involvement. We're going to get into it all, but let's start with the sinking ship. The sinking ship, man. That's the switch ship with the Olympic. So
yeah, was it even the Titanic? That's the question.
Yep.
No, of course not.
The theory is that the Olympic was an older ship that was owned by the same company, and they wanted to get the insurance money on that because it was no longer going to be able to be in service. So they painted it up last minute, made it look like the Titanic. And there's pictures of a bunch of shit on you can find on the internet, on Instagram, where the windows in the two ships are completely different from what allegedly the Titanic looked like, and then what's under the water currently. So there's that theory. This kind of came up to me with there's that documentary on Netflix right now with the submarine that tried to go down there, 2 miles deep into the ocean to take pictures with the Titanic, which is crazy.
And they died, right? That's when you're talking about where they died. They like imploded.
Yeah, it was
the Ocean Gate.
Ocean Gate. Yep, the billionaire and his son and all that shit. Oh shit, I didn't see that. What's up, Pat? Pat, one of our loyal supporters. We appreciate you.
Here's a couple pictures side by side, Raj.
See if you can pull up that first one where it says Olympic Titanic.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Very similar.
Yep. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
shit, man. It would make sense at all. I mean,
well, think about everybody who was on the Titanic, and
that's the crazy
what it
one.
just
That's really the
transpired
crazy
before,
one.
like the meetings. Like they had meetings and stuff, and J.P. Morgan's involvement.
So John Jacob Astor was one of the big ones on there.
Yeah.
One of the richest men wasn't he one of the richest men?
One of you.
Time?
Yeah, J.P. Morgan, the rich man who died. J.P. Morgan was a financier of the Titanic and canceled his trip last minute. So it was him, 3 ultra wealthy men, John Jacob Astor,
Yep,
Jacob Guggenheimer, and Strauss. They all died on the ship. They were allegedly opposed to the Federal Reserve, the creation of the Fed. The theory is that Morgan orchestrated their deaths by keeping them on a doomed voyage. So if you pull, there's a bunch of JP Morgan ties too. This is where you can kind of get into a little bit of the dark arts as well with the secret societies and such with the Rothschilds and all that shit. But think about it, man. That's everybody that got in their way to start what they were trying to create and just taking over was they're just moving them. They just eliminated them. Just history, bro.
Quick. Boom.
And you look now, it's history repeating itself, man. People get in the way, they just get eliminated.
Yeah, J.P. Morgan and the Rothschild family, they've had a history of collaboration and influence in the financial world, particularly in the 19th and 20th century. Well, they definitely were in cahoots.
Mm-hmm.
Well, JP Morgan is now, I think, I'm pretty sure JP Morgan's part of one of them, Vanguard, State Street, something like that. They're together. JP Morgan actually bought them.
Yeah, they're top
if you
of
look
the
at
chain.
the money, if you look at they're at the top of the chain. They're pretty far up there. They're with BlackRock and all that. If you look at stock shareholders and leaders and stuff like that, they're always in the top 5, and they own most of that. I think Ian Carroll, showed it in one of his podcasts, the money trail, and it's pretty crazy.
It is a wild.
Yeah.
It's a wild connection of all of it, dude. It really is. This is like a crazy conspiracy. 1,500.
Well, but I mean, out of the important people.
There was
targeted in a sense. It had,
the main 3 were Jacob Astor, John Jacob Astor, Benjamin Guggenheim, and Isidor Strauss.
Yep.
Powerful man who opposed the creation of the Fed.
Could you imagine orchestrating an entire ship to sink for 3 people?
No.
And you're willing, the power you're searching for is allowing you to kill. What did you say? How many people were on the ship? 1,500? 1,497. So 1,497 innocent people for 3 people.
Look at 9/11. They were willing to sacrifice thousands of people for the Patriot Act to get surveillance on us, and now they're doing the same thing with Planeteer. It's no different.
Exactly.
They're just turning with the times, man. It's all
they're getting
about
all those
power.
Antifa protesters and all these people mixed in, all these political people that are funding the thing. Is all Planeteers. All these people that are going on the streets in these big cities. You don't think they don't have cameras and they're doing facial recognition software and they're learning about what you're doing and stuff and selling it to other countries. And I mean, dude, there's just a mega data collector. taking everything. I mean, it is insane.
It's a crazy theory though to think that Morgan and whoever else with what's the name of the company that was White Star, the White Star Line, they were the owners of the ship, that they went to the depths to orchestrate all that, the switching of the boat, to like actually fit. Like this isn't like it is now where you can go and boom boom and just swap something out. It took a lot of work to move these big boats around back then.
Yeah.
So to do something to that extent and actually get away with it, or with
No,
they could have
I
done.
don't. I'm not
Hold on, real
sold.
quick. They
Yeah.
could have just done a test run. This is the one way they could have done it: is took them both out for test runs and only sent the Olympic back to port, which was all fresh painted, looked like the Titanic. Boom, 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 and then they went and just hid the Titanic for the time, for
Well, I'm
whatever
not.
they did with it.
Did you hear the theory though that I'm not sold that it was actually an iceberg? They're saying that there was actually it was a fire, a coal fire that really was what started and it weakened the ship's hull before it actually struck the iceberg. And that's really because really,
Well,
how could hitting ice really actually bring a ship of that size down? If you think, but there had to have been some sort of help.
the ship wasn't as big as they make it out to be either, but the iceberg story is it's a little sketchy for sure.
I mean,
because
there's boats. Don't boats like go through ice? Like, is it like ice boats with
certain one
iron?
now, yeah, but I don't know
Like,
about the strength of what they had back then and how it was
fucking supposed to be built to like go through anything, dude.
allegedly.
That's-
So the
Allegedly,
towers are
yeah.
supposed to.
But this
stand
is
too.
we're talking about boats with engines now, not coal motors.
It's cold.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh,
Like we
well, they
have
say
ice
that-
cutters.
They say researchers found photographs showing a dark mark on the hull where the ship would later break. Which
Who's to
was
say that
evident-
wasn't dynamite or something?
No, right? Could have been.
Yeah, exactly. Who
Who
started the
knows?
coal fire?
Survivor testimony conflicts about what they seen before impact. Some say they saw a ship, others say something dark but not icy. Which I know could have been a submarine or missile hit them, or I don't know if they had that technology back then. Probably not. 1912.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me ask this question. As far back as this was, right? And you're not building one ship, you're building two ships. So back then,
Right.
how long do you think that takes?
Well, the
Jesus
Olympic was
Christ.
old.
A year?
The Olympic was an old ship. That's why they wanted to get rid of that. But
they had
with
to
the-
build one and then redo the other. So I mean, building
Yeah.
a ship that size like the Titanic, how long do you think that takes? A year, 2 years?
More than a year. Well,
Got to be
dude,
more
I
than
don't
a year
know.
back then.
Gotta be. But I was
motherfuckers
gonna
worked
say
back then, bro.
if they built,
Well, that's
they
true.
were
I
able
mean,
to
they
build.
had 3 times as many workers, but
Yeah, all
For
men
$1
on
a
deck,
day.
man.
because
Yeah,
I'm just thinking, like maybe I don't know how long did look it up, see how long did it take to build the Titanic?
all right, I could do that right now.
Because the reason why I'm asking this is because like this was planned perfectly, right? So however long it took to make the Titanic, this is how long the plan was in place, I would think. So how
Probably
do you
even-
know that they're gonna how do you know they're gonna disagree with you?
Probably before.
And then you
Mike,
like put them on a
because
boat.
they had to come
we
up
go.
with the plan that the Titanic was going to be involved. So it was probably before
Yeah.
the plan.
Florida Mike,
started
ready?
prior.
The
Yeah.
Titanic's construction took approximately 2 years from
2?
start to finish. Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
so you got a 2-year
years.
plan, maybe 3.
March. So laying the keel on March 31st, 1909 to the completion of the ship in early April of 1912. That's more than 2 years, specifically the okay, no, it's not. The keel laying was March 31st, 1909. The launch was May
April.
31st, 1911. So 1909 to 1911 was when it was finished. So 2 years, yeah. But
That's a long time for a plan to fall into place. So what, like if everybody agrees, you just don't let the ship sink and you just have a great time? Because he wasn't even JP, the leader, the guy, the main guy wasn't even on the boat. He canceled last minute.
He got on and he got off. He got on the
Yep.
boat and then got off the
Yep,
boat.
and then got off.
yeah, you
Him
knew
and-
it was going to
Him
happen.
and a few others did that.
Just
Right.
like how the owner of the Twin Towers, who had breakfast every single morning in his own building,
Didn't show up.
just so happened to not be there the day of the
Everybody on the
9/11.
72nd floor or whatever it was, no one showed
Yep.
up that day. It's
Sick,
fucked up,
dude.
man. It's fucked up. But they also think a conspiracy twist to the iceberg theory was it a rogue vessel, a secret military experiment? So, I mean, who's to say that the government wasn't involved, because then they get control with the Fed and everything else too. The dark arts, baby, the
Oh,
deep
yeah.
state. You know?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was a huge meeting that they had for the time and for our future.
All right.
And you're either
Huge.
all in or you're all
Huge
out.
for the future. We don't have
And,
taxes if that
it's like
doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
And your
like they're
taxes
like,
now go back to pay the Fed. That's all it's going to pay that anyway.
Yep.
It's not for their
and
school.
that's how the
or
elite do it
road.
too. And the elite will be like, hey, listen, this plan is happening regardless, whether you're in it or out. What is your choice? You say I'm out, then like you're really out. Like you don't get
Right.
to just go do your thing and whatever. Like, like that's not how
you're
that
out.
works. You got
Some witnesses also do claim that a small explosion caused the breach. So who knows? A barrel of dynamite
possible.
got mixed in with the barrels of rum or
Yeah.
something like that.
And that could
Or
have
the
been
coal. You throw some
Coal.
sticks of dynamite in the coal.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that could have been the fire
Oh,
too,
yeah.
where that came from.
That's where we get into the fire here, man. There was a fire burning in the Titanic's long before the iceberg even came into sight. Coal bunker fire was documented days before departure.
Yep.
Some historians argue the fire weakened the hull, making it easier to tear open. Photos appear to show a dark smudge, possible fire damage on the hull. The White Star Line knew and still sent the ship off. Was the Titanic doomed before it even left the dock?
Oh yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the plan. It was the plan. That's what we believe, right?
You know, if I just say it
Yeah.
actually was the Titanic and it wasn't the Olympic, and this thing had this fire and everything else, that's what makes me even think more that it was the Olympic, because of all the issues it was having. Like, you would fix these, I feel like, prior to sending it out for its first trip and being
sure.
such a big deal. Like, all right, so like, say for example, we use modern. Tesla's not going to send his self-driving shit off if it's not safe for people, right? Because it's this new thing. Well,
No,
for the
like
most
first year he had quite a few deaths where the Tesla ran him into the back of a semi or something.
Yeah, he had a recall. He recalled all of it.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was like a big deal, but now it's to the point where people are literally sleeping and their cars are driving them to work, and women are doing their makeup and their cars bringing them and pulling them into a parking spot. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
So that technology, okay,
Soon there'll
that's
be
a
cars
big
with
thing.
no steering wheels.
Yeah, I want it done right. Boom, boom, boom. So that way it's gonna, okay, we can make a bigger ship and a bigger ship. So why not do it right? So that makes me think that with all the issues that are occurring with the coal, with the fire, boom, 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 this could already been the issues that the Olympic was having. I wonder if there's ever a way to find that information.
I don't know, because I feel like you take it like the Titanic, before you even put people on it, you build it, you got to test drive it. You just don't put it together and be like, all right, let's go. We know it works. You know what I mean? So if they had issues.
They did take it out, but it was only for short trips. So they never did long rides with it. It was just short, boom, boom, we're back.
Did you, Roger, did you watch any of that Ocean Gate yet? It's on Netflix. It's pretty good. I started watching it.
And so did I. I fell asleep, man. I started watching it before bed. Crashed out. Once I put my feet up, man, I got about 7 minutes, though. I'm sleeping, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, though. The whole thing could have been avoided.
2 a.m. alarm clock, brother. 3 a.m. alarm clock.
Just static. Those headphones are somebody's going.
My phone was going.
There
Sorry.
goes.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
But, yeah, the other thing that's crazy. Here's a real. We're gonna get a little. This is conspiracy chaos, so let's cause a little fucking chaos.
Yeah, let's do it.
The time travelers and the alien set theory. I never heard this one. This was new when I looked it up, so I thought it'd be interesting to bring up. But no conspiracy episodes complete without aliens or time travelers. So we'll get into it here. Aliens trying to change human history. Time travelers interfering with the voyage to prevent worse disasters. the Mandela effect crowd. Some swear the Titanic never even sank. Like the whole
Really?
that's a theory.
Like a Bermuda Triangle thing?
Yep.
It just
It just
disappeared.
vanished. It just vanished. That
Very
would be
well could be.
that could go into the energy, the vibrations. Who knows? Like what's
Oh,
under
I
those
got it.
icebergs?
Because everybody knows that we live on a globe. Maybe the Titanic was so heavy it fell to the bottom. It can't get back up. It was sitting there.
Like a broken
Or
snow
maybe it
globe.
fell off the end of the earth.
Could have found the end of the earth and just tipped right off.
Yeah,
Who
man.
the fuck
Right
knows?
off.
Man, but so what did happen? Now that we looked at like all the ideas, all the theories, what do you guys really think? What is your guys' I want to hear each of your theories and I'll give you mine.
I mean, I think I'm not totally sold either that it was a different boat. I do, however, think that it was a setup, and maybe or maybe not with help, they destroyed it because they were trying to the people on it, they wanted dead because of the because of the Federal Reserve and that whole story. So I do think it was probably the Titanic, but I believe the story with the Federal Reserve and how it was JP Morgan behind it, and I do believe that. But I also think that the fire helped out a little bit too. I don't believe that an iceberg could take down a ship of that caliber. I don't know, man. The whole thing seems weird to me. But Florida Mike, what do you got?
I mean, it is a little wonky of a story, but it's when you look at all the stuff and you do the research, like everybody looks at it as a sad movie and this and that, but it's really like a significant push forward up towards the future, which is now that they've created. So it was a pretty significant chess move, I would say. I don't think it really matters on what ship it was. I think that's honestly the irrelevant part. It just was the weapon, I guess.
Right.
The people on it, the significance of it, the power move. Absolutely. I mean, crazier things have happened, Yeah. So I don't doubt it, dude. Our whole entire makeup is on lies and simulation anyway. So
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my theory is I do think it was the Olympic because of the insurance scam. I do think they made it the Olympic because it would be easier to sink.
The only reason I'm thinking I'm debunking where is their actual Titanic then if it was switched? That's my question. That's why I keep asking myself.
Wherever the Olympic is signed off at.
So it's just a newer boat.
See what happened. See if you can find what happened to the Olympic.
There you go. All right, while you're talking, but I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was rude of me, but I'm just like, that's what I keep thinking of with a switch. Where's the actual? So okay,
wherever the documentation for the Olympic is will probably lead you to where the actual Titanic.
There you go. Okay.
So with that theory, I also think that now the more I look into it and think about it, I also think obviously JP Morgan was a big factor. I think he got working with some strong families, some very influential, financially influential families. Because if you look at that point in time, not only did we get the Federal Reserve, our educational system changed. You started getting into like the medicine started to change. A lot of things started to change, and it was all influenced by certain groups. So when you get into it, you start to see the same name coming up. Tied to the Federal Reserve is not only JP Morgan, it's the Rothschilds, it's the Rockefellers, those are the families that are running shit for somebody else right now. Those are the people we know, but the people behind them are the ones who are actually running shit. So I think that those guys influenced it a lot, and it was to push the narrative to take complete financial control over the world, like you said, Mikey, as it is today, but as it's been, because like our taxes, dude, like we're saying, doesn't go to your kid's school. It doesn't go to your road. I drive down roads with holes in them. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, we drive on some of the same roads
all the time.
Absolutely.
So it's not going to that. It's not going to public transportation. It's not going to housing. It's not going to anything for us. It's going to pay back the debt we owe the Fed. We owe the debt trillions of dollars that we're never going to get out of. But meanwhile, we're handing out billions and billions, billions and billions of dollars to all these other countries to wipe their ass with military aid or teach educational transgender billy goats to 8-year-olds in South Africa or whatever the hell else they do. So
dude, I'm reading Pat's thing over here.
Yeah, no icebergs near New York, bro.
So the Olympic was scrapped. The Olympic was scrapped, boys. The thing's long gone.
Exactly.
1935, they scrapped that shit.
Yeah.
Gone. Adios,
so that could have been the Titanic they scrapped.
Oh.
And it's in museums and stuff like that. So I mean, it could be right in your face. They do that all the time.
Absolutely. Put it right in front of you.
And look, Matt. You're talking about look at what Donald Trump and Patel and them are trying to do now to the Fed.
It's all the same. It's the same game plan.
Yeah.
Everything is the same game plan from history.
And they're trying to get rid of it. So we'll see. If they get rid of it, that's huge. But universal currency will be used soon.
Who wanted to get rid of the Fed? JFK. What happened to JFK? Adios, vamonos, buddy. He gone.
He got pew-pewed.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew.
So it's like you can see if you pay attention enough, and history repeats itself in a sick way. So Anth, see if you can pull up the route the Titanic took. That's a good one. Patrick mentioned that. But yeah, I really think that all this was tied in, and this is how the big game started.
Yeah, it was right by Halifax.
Oh, up in Nova Scotia. That's where the Oak Island treasure is hidden, allegedly. But allegedly. I think this is I think this is kind of the beginning where all the power players started playing together and really taking over, kind of thing. When all the big names, the P family, the Rockefeller, Rothschilds, Astors, the JP Morgans of the world, they all really started holding it down, and this is where the dominance took over with the secret societies and the deep state, or whatever the hell you want to call them. But
that's why these wars are so important.
I think this is the biggest pivotal moment in history for a lot of things, was the Titanic. And people don't realize it. People, like you said, people think it's a love story, which is farthest from the truth.
Right.
When people say the Titanic, they think of Leonardo DiCaprio falling off a door.
Which is bullshit. He was murdered. Yeah. She had plenty of room. That selfish.
Plenty of room on that thing, man. Pull Cuz up there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get this.
But she was underage, and maybe she didn't want him around because she was underage.
Weird times back then, man. Weird times. Sick world we live in.
There's the route I took there.
Creeped her out when he has to draw her naked.
Where did it take off from, man?
Looks like over here in
England.
Because the arrow's going towards New York.
Hold on.
Yeah, it was supposed to come to New York. I knew that.
I'm switching.
So how long did they get on there? They had a few days on there, whatever, right?
Oh yeah, getting comfortable.
Oh yeah, they were almost there. Really, if you think about it, they were over halfway there.
Yeah, there's no iceberg. I've never seen an iceberg anytime I've been out in the ocean.
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. I don't believe it. I don't understand.
Torpedo.
I've been out in the Atlantic. I've been on some whale watching things off of the Cape and off of New Jersey.
It's not like that's in like. It's not like
it could be a torpedo.
I don't know how far out we'd have.
I would believe it if they were like up in like Nova Scotia or up in like, but they are. It's like it was not that far off of
100 miles from New York or something like that.
No, it was more than 100 miles from New York.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's we'd be able to see icebergs with binoculars from the shore if that was the case.
That's what I mean. Is there icebergs like? So is there icebergs? This is my question.
That's a great point. No, I was just gonna say, Patrick, that's a great point.
I
Never
want to
thought of
see.
that.
I want to see now today, in the same, like, when was it? Even if it was the dead of winter, I want to see them go around that area in a little boat and find me a big ass iceberg that they fucking hit. I want to see one. Show me.
Global
Like,
warming, they're all melted.
oh yeah, that's what they'll say.
Yeah, yeah,
That's,
yeah.
So much.
yeah.
that's what Greta
There's
will
no
say.
But
Well,
Antarctica has gained 100 tons or ice or some shit like that. But global
Oh, like,
warming, we
really
need it.
though. Hold
if
on.
they were so worried about global warming, all these rich politicians and celebrities wouldn't be buying beachfront property in Malibu. So
And
I think
private
they'll be all
jets.
right. Yeah, fuck out of here.
They're all taking their private jets
Fuck
to
outta
their
here.
secret summit
But yeah, I mean, I
for
think that, like
the
I said, it's
World Economic Forum.
So it actually was
Yep.
in see, they didn't say it was in Newfoundland, Canada, though. It didn't look like it was in Newfoundland, Canada. That's what it was saying where the iceberg
that's
was.
where it sunk.
Original fate, it can only be speculated where the Titanic iceberg calved from its glacier. It was in Greenland. What
Yo,
the
let's
fuck?
talk real quick though.
This is crazy.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about these people who recently, a couple years, I think it was 2022 or 23, when this alleged submarine, the what's the documentary in?
Ocean Gate.
Ocean Gate. When they tried to send this makeshift little rascal boxcar derby submarine down almost 2 miles down to find this Titanic. Who in the right mind would get in something like that? Number one, like, dude, there was 8 people in that bitch. Pull a picture of that bitch up, would you?
Do you know how small the thing was? Tiny, dude.
Yeah, 8 people. They had one window in the front. Everybody had to go look out. They had to take turns.
There's like no
Yeah,
test
no.
run either. They're just like, let's do this.
Yeah, everybody was saying that it was a bad idea. Wait till you see the full thing, Raj. It's crazy.
Like, there's no way that this got approved to.
People from Boeing were leaving, like saying that I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, bro.
Well, they shouldn't. They just had Boeing just had another plane crash. And fucking cheap bastards.
Well, this thing was made of microfiber, and like if you really know what microfiber is, it's like a bunch of microfibers welded together.
It's your driver's shaft.
So they were
Pull
doing
up a full picture of that shit. Can you get a full picture?
Or did they sabotage him because
No,
they
like
want
I'm
him
saying,
to find
like,
out there was the Olympic under there?
Yeah, hold
a
on.
full picture of the submarine.
Probably.
Yeah, look at that thing. Hey, your face.
Yeah, can you
8
imagine? Like,
people
yeah,
crammed
man,
in that thing.
Yeah, dude.
No shot, bro. The
That's
Titan.
not even the
That's
real
what it
thing.
was.
That was close. So basically, though,
Bro.
yeah, so dumb.
Billionaire is unfortunately his son.
Look at that. You gone? He dead.
That's the window though. You're all looking at that. They said they heard the explosion and shit. The Coast Guard under the whoever listens to the water.
Oh, on the sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild shit.
Yeah, how do you know they didn't sabotage that thing? They're like, dude, this guy's gonna find out it's the Olympic. We gotta fucking
We gotta
sabotage
figure something out.
his vessel.
I mean, because
Just
if it ever truly came out to where they found a way that people actually went down there and got what they needed to figure out and be able to tell if there was 2 different boats at the time and everything else, which will never happen because the Titanic is destroyed.
Scrapped. Yeah.
It's scrapped. But what if they, that would change history because it would open up a floodgates of, okay, maybe why did they switch the boats? Obviously for the insurance, but did they know that one was, they knew it was going to sink. That's why
Absolutely.
JP got off. JP and his homies got off.
Yeah, and you notice, like, even in the movie, if you pay attention to the movie, they like segregated the passengers during evacuation.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So like the most influential people got off first.
Yep.
And then they made others stay back.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ran out of boats.
That's how it would be today. 100% would be the same way today.
Oh
if
yeah.
we were all on a cruise or something with, there's some rich people, some actors, movie stars, they'd be taken care of first. No doubt about it. Or
100%.
someone, business owner with a fat wallet, spends a lot of money with that company, whatever. Boom. He's getting off first. He's the first one on the raft.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile,
100%.
we got life jackets and sharks swarming us with our feet dangling.
You think there would ever be a real that situation to ever happen again with like the cruise ships out there today with like not an iceberg, but like a situation where a ship was going down and you had to get the lifeboats out of there?
It happened in Italy not too long ago. There was that one guy. His daughter was on the boat with him. Pull him up and see if you can find it.
I know during COVID there was cruise ships out for like 4, 5, 6 months at a time. They couldn't come in to port.
Boat crash Italy, or millionaire dies in boat crash Italy. We're cooking with gas. We got him speeding by to get the info live on YouTube. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share to the page. Check us out on YouTube.
Oh, Instagram. I remember this.
See it? Yeah.
But this was weird though. This was like almost near land.
Yeah, pull that up.
I will.
What they talking about, Willis? I forget. I gotta refresh my memory. The stoner brain can only retain so many.
Remember, it was like. Remember, it was there for a while too.
It was a big story for a long time.
Remember?
Yeah. So what happened with this? Go to the story. I forget what.
3 dead, 40 injured in Italy's ship accident.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It tipped sideways. What was the story? Let's see.
No, there was another one. It was a smaller boat that tipped, but
Costa Concordia, the 7-year-old Costa vessel Costa Concordia was on the first leg of the cruise around the Mediterranean Sea when it deviated from its planned route at Isola del Giglio, Tuscany, in order to perform a sail by Salute.
Patrick, do you know what I'm talking about with the there was an Italian, there was like a millionaire, billionaire, Italian millionaire, billionaire.
Yeah, fuck him.
Something happened on the boat. Like it sunk, or there was an accident. I can't remember exactly. I can't find it either. Let me see if I can. Someone on the listener side send us a message so I can remember that shit, because I cannot remember it at all.
The only one I found was that boat, Raj. That was it, buddy.
Huh.
That was it, my man.
What do you guys think?
It's when I think when you go on the phone or do something, it gets staticky.
That's what it is. I'm bringing my phone close to it, so it's probably buzzing it up.
I was trying to look. That. No,
you're
good.
It's
me.
You want to do a little roulette before we sign off for the night?
Yeah, let's do. We haven't done that in a minute. Let's do some chaos roulette.
Sorry, boys, my headset disconnected. That's what all that static was, because you guys could hear the microphone.
It's all good, man. You good?
Oh, I know.
You got the computer going, Mike?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, dude, I got the computer going. Now I can see how much your eyes even slant more. Like how red.
I was a big fan of Karate Kid, man.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Mr. Miyagi.
Daniel-san.
Pat Morty
Wax on, wax off.
Daniel-san.
Was a good guy, man.
All right, what are we gonna do? What do you want to do? I need to roll that. Here we go. Here. Oh, this was a good one, actually. Right here. I like this one.
A super secret leaked document from the Israeli government. Also, I would never unalive myself. So as Israel attempts to push this whole narrative that Iran was trying to take out Trump and is America's greatest enemy, we had some files, a specific file leak, allegedly. I've been hesitant to post this, but I think it's important, no matter what comes out right now, that it's made public and there's a discussion to be had about it. I'm not saying these are real or not. I have no idea. How could I possibly know that? This document here called Samson's Choice has a list of nuclear sites, which I'll just let you all take a look at. Some pretty interesting locations there. You'll notice this part here, global deterrence attacks. Why does Israel have the United States on a list of targets for nukes? Would be a question that I would have.
This ain't good.
The super secret leaked document.
That's not good.
Shit ain't good right now, bro. It's wild out in these streets, man. It really is. Like, it's fucking.
Yo, they're
It's a
hitting
crazy time.
they're hitting civilians right now in Israel. Like they're getting through that Golden Dome.
Bro,
They're fucking them up.
About to go down. Like we could be
it's going
attacked. Like, yeah, like we should be on high alert.
There will be a sleeper cell. There will be, because look at it, just like 9/11.
They're already in here
Okay.
with the open border.
Well, they're already in here, but
4 years, they're here.
There's going to be some CIA operative. Someone's going to do something down over here.
Has anybody
They're
been
blaming it
listening
on
or
Iran.
watching? Has anybody been listening or watching Sarah Adams lately? Because she might be onto some shit. I haven't really checked her out, but it might be.
The chick who was on Sean Ryan.
Yeah, she's
Sarah Adams. Yeah,
She was talking some
CIA.
13-hour shit. She's awesome.
Yeah, man.
But
Bad
what else you got?
Bad ass. Let me remove this. Hold on.
What else we got? New Chaos Roulette. Spin the wheel. What do you get?
Here we go. Spinning the wheel. Spinning the wheel.
Oh, go down. The Soulless Demons one. Go down. It's Hillary. Yeah. So Anthony Weiner.
Final
Go ahead.
Can we do?
Yeah, you play it.
warning before I go into detail describing this video. The bad video is of Hillary, Huma, and a little girl. They are terrorizing the child. They filleted the child's face off while she was alive and put it on their faces to further terrorize the child. They were deliberately causing the child's body to release adrenochrome into the bloodstream so they could drink the blood when they bled her out in the satanic ritual sacrifice. This was what caused grown men to become extremely sick, and many needed to seek out psychological help after viewing it. The perpetrators all need to be hung by the neck until dead. These are very psychologically messed up murderers, vile, demented, and soulless demons. Multiple sources within the FBI and NYPD have confirmed the existence of this tape. Apparently there was a hidden file on Weiner's laptop with a video in it entitled Insurance Policy. Understand, this is no longer a conspiracy. There were a total of 12 individuals who saw this video, and 9 of those 12 people are dead now.
What the hell's going on here?
So far this year, there have been 9 NYPD suicides, 7 since June.
Wow.
Last year, there were a total of 4.
The video is described as pure evil. They filleted the child's face off while she was alive.
Kill that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
So
Anthony, so that laptop with those are all law enforcement people in New York City. Those people have seen some shit.
mm-hmm.
So for them to be that disturbed, probably might be even former military. To be that disturbed, that shit had to be pretty bad.
Dude, they said it was like over 75% of all of Hillary Clinton's or the Clinton family's staff has been dead.
Her Secret Service, her
either being sick or murdered.
Yep, they've had heart attacks, car accidents. One guy unalived himself from a tree with a GS wound to the chest 2 times, like with a shotty. So, working
And if people
around
want to ask,
YouTube,
why
are you
did
gonna get flagged for this
Monica
video?
get offed?
She was part of the
because
team.
that was part of the ritual.
Yeah,
That was his, what do you call it, embarrassing ritual or whatever they call it.
yeah. With the yeah. But yeah, that's exactly what it was, man. It's exactly what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's part of the team. She was part of the game plan. It's all part of the game plan.
Yeah.
Know what else is interesting too that we got to get into is the Illuminati card game. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah, it's all predicted shit. It's all like they got the Twin
It's
Towers.
pretty fucking spot on.
It is, everything is spot on. The Trump, the
have
guy leading,
They have the
leader of the
imposter
world.
card, and it looks like
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
With
And they got the
mask
leader,
just
the
been-
new leader of the world, and it's a guy that looks like Trump with like a fucking red suit, red
Yep.
tie.
the
Crazy, dude.
towers, Pearl Harbor, all
Yep,
that shit.
yep, it was all there. Dude, this
Like, what
one
do
was
you
crazy.
think Trump did to be like the man? Like, what do you think he did? I mean, obviously he's been in the club. Obviously, he's born into it. It's in his bloodline. But like,
I think the way
There's-
people started supporting him and the way it caused, so there's two ways to look at this. So the way everybody supported him and the backing that everybody like, yeah, rah rah, we got a new face, we're gonna, it was kind of the same thing with Barack. Everybody believed in that hope and change and blah blah blah. And Trump, it was kind of the same thing, make America great again, let's go, yada yada yada. The same thing as hope, but just in a different slogan. So they also used it to their counter, to where 4 years later they can cause complete chaos, where he's part of all of it. And they can cause complete chaos for 4 years with Biden administration and open up the borders. And
no, I
do it.
get all that, but what is it that Donald Trump did to become?
he just got the
Where
fan.
he's taking out the Fed. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking to fans. I'm not talking
no
about
support.
people who
Was I
voted
meant to
for
say
him.
supporter?
I'm talking about the power. I'm talking about the power. I'm talking about the
Well, he's part of
army
it.
that he
born
has.
into
I'm
it,
talking
dude.
about his level.
uncle was. So
Yeah,
he
his-
had.
No, I know
His
that.
uncle
I know
stole
that.
that technology from Tesla. So
They
I
were.
get it.
They
I
were.
get
Yeah,
it. I
goes,
get it. I get
goes,
it.
But what did
I
he do?
don't. I
You're
know
saying?
his family tree. I'm talking
But-
about what is it? Because you have multiple grand
he's just that. He was
masters.
the one. He was selected. He was
Now,
just
you
the
got to
selected
do
one.
something. You got to do
Neo.
something to get selected. You got to do something.
Oh,
You have
bro,
to
they probably
provide
got
something
so
nobody
much
else
dirt
can.
on him. Yeah, they probably got so
Because
much
you know
dirt on him.
he's
and everything else.
he's attacking. He is attacking and making a move to be the most powerful. It's not that he wants to be a part of the club. He wants to make his own club.
Well,
That's why he's going after all this stuff.
so
But
here's my
how
one
and
thing
why
too with
and
him,
where's
though.
his?
Well, one thing that's a little sketchy with him is how he reacted to. He's usually an asshole when people come after him. He fires back. When Elon came at him with the whole, he's on the Epstein list, that's why it wasn't released. He kind of didn't fire back at Elon like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't come back and like, oh yeah,
It was
fuck
all.
you,
It
blah,
was
blah,
all a play.
right.
I think that
theatrics.
was. Yeah, that was all bullshit, dude. That was all fucking smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
But still, the way he handled it was a little bit different. So that makes
No,
me
I
a little bit
agree.
cautious.
No, I agree.
A little
Because
cautious.
because if you think about it too, like, it's all a play. And like Donald Trump tells Elon, okay, well, you got to decommission SpaceX. Well, yeah,
Right.
in a way he is decommissioning SpaceX, but all he's doing is merging with Space Force.
Right. This is going
Donald
to be the
Trump's
same team.
Space Force thing.
It's all the same team.
Same team, dude.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, you're asking how Trump
He's
got
going
power.
after the people who made him. He's going after the people who made him. So how did he get his army to be able to go, all right, man, we're going to go against the elites. This is what we're going to do. We got to do it.
I think because of the amount of support he gets in the whole MAGA shit. I really do. I think that's part of it. And in his psychopathic brain, too, is that he thinks he can hop on this horse and ride it all the way home. Like, I think that's part of it, too. So I think it's when you're in power for so long and you've had an elite status your whole life, you either go with it or he might be branching off from it, or this is all part of the game plan and we just don't know what the next chess move is. We don't see it yet. I don't know.
Well, we know what the mid game and the end game is. The mid game is 2030, and we're talking about a universal credit score, social credit score, universal currency.
Scanning your eyes to get in the restaurants.
Yeah.
See if you can
Yeah,
afford
we're
it.
talking
blah,
scan
blah,
your
blah.
wrist to get groceries, cars with
Yep.
no steering wheels. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Shut off when they want to.
yeah, dude. Like, people don't understand, like, the AI stuff. That's super scary. Like, you could be ready for it as much as you want, but if you're not tech savvy, you ain't trying to even come close to defeating AI at any point in time.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
you're fucked.
and-
You better call your wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Get in here, fix this for me. Come on.
Shit, at least
Robots.
he's got a wife to call. Dude.
Robots-
I mean, my girl helped me with
Robots in
the
the house
headphones.
beating his
But,
ass. He's got a
but like
iRobot.
iRobot,
Yeah,
iRobot's coming.
It's
iRobot
coming.
is
Well,
coming.
I believe. Hey guys,
People don't
I just
understand. Like,
I need to change the subject a little bit because did you guys see this shit? I mean, it's kind of on subject, but this was fucking wild, dude. This was just today, literally. This was a media place of in Iran. Did you
Those
guys see
scientists
this?
just got blown up too.
I'll play it.
Oh, yo, literally, they fucking
Oh,
Bro, they're
breaking
going
news.
wild over there.
bomb,
Breaking news.
literally. As she was reporting something, she's place
Bro,
got
it's just
bombed.
wild, bro. They took out like a bunch of leaders over there,
They took
some
out two.
scientists,
They took out two
engineers.
nuclear scientists. There are only two heads nuclear scientists that took out, and they took out 3 generals. And then with
That's
the
crazy.
remaining, with the remaining guys who were alive, someone went to their houses and slid them pictures of their families
Oh shit!
and told them that they're next. Like,
Damn.
dude, we're talking like old school, like gangster mafia shit.
CIA, Black Op. Like
And you
Black
know who?
Ops
You know who
shit.
else does that? You know who else does that? Donald Trump. Like when Hamas had like those soldiers, you know, our Americans. He's like, you need to let them go. You got this amount of time, da 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 da. And they're like, okay, ha ha ha. And then they showed a video. They showed a video of their second in command and third in command in a car, and it hit it with a missile, dude. Boom! And then he called the leader, told him to look at his phone. It was pictures of his house and his kids. And he says, let him go or this place is next.
Yep,
yeah,
that's
dude.
a true story. That's a true story.
Yep.
Yep. He said he had
the same thing Israel does.
He had the house on a rate. He literally had it, and he showed them that he had it in radar.
He just had to hit a
ready
button.
to get. He just had to hit a button. That's it. He goes. That's it. He goes, and then that's how. I mean, love him or hate him, the guy's fucking gangster with that kind of shit.
I just had to come in. I looked around. I hit the button, and I moved on.
Yeah, dude.
I said actually, what's his name did a great skit on it.
It was complete destruction.
It was oh god, what's the new comedian that's pretty
Shane
funny?
Gillis.
Shane Gillis does a great skit on the
he does the best Trump impersonation.
Well, that's what he does when he killed the big Iranian leader, like when his first stint in like 2016. He's like, I said, let me see if I can look it up because I can't. I'm not even. let me see. I'm gonna butcher it. Hold on a minute. You guys talk about something while I find this for a minute. I'm gonna find this though because I'm gonna be.
No, Gillis is crushing. He's got that new show Tires on Netflix. Funny as hell too.
Gillis.
You guys need to get guns. Is what you need to do.
That's what everybody needs to do. Strap
Here
up.
we go. I got it. It came right up. Al Baghdadi. Yes. All right. This is the one.
We'll wrap up with this here.
Yes, let's do that. Good idea.
Damn it.
Because I definitely would have
Did your
butchered
vape
it.
die?
Yeah, my computer's about to die too. I switched to my phone.
Oh, well,
Vapes dying, phones dying, pens dying.
well, we're
Yeah, you know what that means.
Stop here, Conspiracy K.
I'll be right back.
oh,
How you making out, Ant?
oh.
There you go, buddy. We're counting on you. Having a tough time. Look at it.
All right, now I got it. I
Are
put
you
the wrong
frozen?
thing.
Already?
Me? No,
Yeah, it looked like you were frozen. You were just staring into space.
no. Oh yeah, I'm on mushrooms again.
Ramsey
Mike
episode.
died. Mike's
Mike's phone died. We got him
he
though.
died.
We'll be all right.
He's fine. Ready? Here we go. I got you now. This is it. We're gonna close out with this.
Trump gave what I think was probably one of the greatest speeches of world leaders given. You know, it's got to be up there with like Churchill, Gettysburg Address. Is the night the United States killed the leader of ISIS. Trump comes out of the Situation Room at like midnight in the White House, and he walks down that fucking tunnel like and gives a press conference like he's giving a post-game NBA, and just goes, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog. I didn't change one word of that. That's what he opened with. And then he did 40 minutes. The speech is 40 minutes. The meanest shit talk you've ever heard in front of the whole world. Abu We could hear him crying. I said, Abu, don't cry. Let me tell you something. Abu cried. He cried quite a bit. I wouldn't have cried. Cry baby Baghdadi. That's what we were all
Cry
calling
baby
him.
Baghdadi.
He's fucking great, man.
He is.
That's awesome.
No doubt. But yo, let's wrap it up here. Yeah, man, it can go a bunch of different ways with Titanic. It's obviously got something to do with the Fed, with JP Morgan hopping off the boat. Who knows if it was this insurance scam with the Olympic? A lot of different routes.
Set up.
A lot of different routes you can go down. But we appreciate you guys tuning into Conspiracy Chaos, doing your own research as well. If you guys have any other theories on that, definitely send them our way. But check us out on Instagram, Conspiracy Chaos, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll catch you on Wednesday with another episode. Peace.
Question.
Follow the breadcrumbs, follow moonlight schemes. Hidden agendas ain't as crazy as they seem. Voices in the dark amplifying dreams. Conspiracy chaos, nothing's what it seems.